Hey everybody, this is Lane. Welcome to my news video. This is going to be my first story time. Yes, I know I never done a story time video ever before, so here it goes. I thought to tell you the story. The very first time I actually seen a child born, and actually the first child born I ever seen was my niece Aaliyah. She was born June 5th, 2008, and I was at school. I was, and basically what happened with that was my sister. She was on time, obviously. She was basically 39 weeks, 1 week shy, be 40 weeks. So I basically hopped from the bus from my school because I lived across the road for the bus stop, and then when I got to the bus terminal, I ran from the bus terminal all the way to the hospital, which is 10 to 20 minute walk roughly. So I got there, and my niece wasn't born yet. At that time, I had no clue if I was gonna have a niece or a nephew because at that time my niece was stubborn and she did not want to show us her what she is. So that was interesting. But then she got checked and everything, she's full dilated. And the funny thing is my sister actually ate a bag of Oreos when she was going to the hospital because she knew if Mace didn't come out she was going to have a C-section. So that was interesting to see. It really was. Now this is where it gets interesting. The doctor checked her at 5 and saying if you don't have your baby by 6, I have to get Dr. O'Brien. He's the one who did my hysterectomy, by the way. But so my sister started pushing at 5:45 and no sign, no nothing. And then basically where I was at is where the doctor stands and the nurse stands, basically. And it was really neat to see. And my brother was in the room too. My brother was holding my sister's hand, and my mom was holding her other hand, her legs out. So both of them were her one leg, one other one holding her other leg. Then it came 6 o'clock, and it's like, well, I can't stop now because I keep on pushing. So my sister did, and at 6:01, my niece Aaliyah was born. She was 6 pounds and 4 ounces, and I caught her umbilical cord, and honestly, it was a beautiful thing ever. Childbirth is an amazing, beautiful thing to see in this world. I'll admit that. So I cut her cord, and honestly, I have cut another story time, but for this is the first umbilical cord I ever cut ever. I was about 17 this time. My sister, no, I was 16 and a half, almost 17. No, I just turned 16 because my sister was 18, which I had my niece. So yeah, my sister and I are 2.5 years apart. So it was really hard and difficult, especially like girls' umbilical cord was really hard to cut. I almost had to I almost had to do that, but I made it okay. The doctor told me where to cut and everything. It was really neat. And then they asked who to hold first, and it was me. I hold my niece first. I held her the first hour she was born. I didn't want to let go of her. Previous to that, my sister had a son named Matthew. He's born in Newfoundland. And then I had another nephew before that one. His name was Josh. So I was supposed to see Josh born. That never happened because I was at school. I was only in grade 8 when that happened. So that's really interesting. It was. So after that, and I remember that night clear as day because I was exhausted. I was tired. Basically, I just said I didn't go to school the next day, but that way I was too tired. When I came home, actually just before I came home, it started thundering and lightning out and raining out. So my niece was basically born in the thunder and rainstorm almost, and I was so happy. And honestly, guys, she was like only like this tiny, like that, and she's she saw my niece only have from my sister, and honestly, it was the best thing ever to see a child born. It was the best feeling in the world. And I remember when she was like I said, her head was so tiny. Then, well, her brother's head was tinier, which was my other nephew after my niece, which was 6 years later. But honestly, my sister, I remember this too. I know I missed this part, but I waited for this part for last. Basically, when my niece was born, my sister asked the doctor, "What is it?" And the doctor pulled a joke on her, say, "Congratulations, Nicole, it's another boy." And all my sister just did that back on the bed. She's like, "Really? Frick's sakes." Well, she didn't say frick's sakes, but you get my drift. But honestly, no, the doctor's like, "No, don't worry, Nicole. It's actually is your first baby girl." And honestly, my niece now, she's 8, and I still love her, and she's spoiled, and she knows it, and she always says that. But I do love her, and she is my first niece from my sister, and it's been difficult, but what can you do? So that's my first story time. I hope you enjoyed it. And please like, subscribe, and wait for more to come. Okay, bye.